everyone. So my rock came for my 5-gallon, and isn't it beautiful? This is the dragon stone, and I gave it a cursory rinse in the sink, and it's just such a beautiful color. Now I have to decide. I had been thinking about changing the soil to black, but after looking at the stone, I actually think it'll complement the red gravel plant substrate that I have in the tank already. So I've got those rinsing and drying, and then my order of plants also came, which I'm pretty excited about. No, it's a bunch of different types of spruce. I'm not sure how I'm going to keep the type straight or if I really care. But they're nice sized pieces. I was a little worried, you know. Sometimes you think, oh, I'm only going to get a few leaves. But most of them have a good amount of leaves. A nice amount of root structure. So they came last night and they were really cold, so I figured they'd be best getting up to room temperature here. So this one probably has the least amount of leaves, but they're giant leaves because they're, I guess, big version. And this pink lady. So I plan on using those in the 5-gallon. Another giant. Great tears. So I pretty excited about those. So I've got super glue and I've got rocks and pretty decent idea of what I'm going to do. I also thought this was pretty great. I got a little bag of rubble with my 3 big rocks, so those will help with just little pieces in the tank. So I've got to rinse a little rubble, and kind of, I think I'm going to use my placemat as a prepping station. And then it's re-aquascaping time. So when I originally planned the update, I didn't have the cardinal tetras in here, and I just had my beta. And I figured I'd pull him out for the time I needed a re-landscape. So now I'm going to have to decide if I move out the cardinals for the day while I refiddle with this tank, or if I try to do this with everyone in there. Well, I'll keep you updated. So I decided to attempt this re-landscape with fish in the tank, so that's going to be extra complicated, but I think we can do it. I have prepared, I put a towel over all my electronics this time so I don't flood. I've got a bath mat to soak up any spilled water, and then I got everything set out here and super rinsed extra gravel with the new rock and the new piece of driftwood, and I got the other piece of driftwoods from this last week as well. So we'll see how this goes. Wish me luck. So one of the cool things about having Rachel O'Leary, or getting rock from Rachel O'Leary, is that she sends you kind of a mock-up. So I already kind of knew where the rocks were going to go, which is pretty awesome. So this hasn't taken very long at all. The fish are doing fine. I mean, the cardinals are kind of hiding, but I'm not shocked. So next, on to plants, super glue, gel, make sure you remember that, and figuring out where I'm going to put them. So see you back in a minute. So I fit most of the pieces in the 5-gallon, but this miniature colony that I bought, it really came in as multiple little stems, which is cool. It could go, I mean, I could have planted the whole 5-gallon with just this one clump, I think. But because I wanted to use a variety in that tank, and I'll show that to you again in a minute, I just pulled out the piece of chula. I broke off the nubius that was on it from the 5-gallon, and I broke it up into pieces, and I'm gonna hook those on and then put them in a couple other tanks. So you can see I'm already covered in super glue. This is how I craft. I'm very messy. I've been through 2 tubes of super glue. So with the anubias, this is gonna be like impossible to do while I'm holding the camera, but with this chula, because it's been in the tank for a while, I try to like scrape off some of the broken down wood, because it has a lot of buildup on it, and so we get a nice, you know, spot. So I'll attach something there so there's a little bit more wood, and it's not just attaching to a bunch of broken down wood bits. So I will continue doing this and then get that in probably the 75, and then I'll show you the 5-gallon. There's a little mess left over, and I noticed I missed one little petal. So we gotta get that put in somewhere. In this case, I'm just gonna stick it in a crevice and hope it stays. That's what's kind of cool about this rock, right? Is we can kind of just stick the pieces in. So top-down view, side view, lots of green. And I'm going to put the lamp back down like that, and get some water filled up in here, but it's still pretty clear. So I'll show you when it's done. So we've got a little bit of glare here, but look, the cardinals have already come out and they're exploring, and the beta's exploring, and look at how green it is. So I've got the 2 chunks of Anubias, the one here and the one there that I pulled off the piece of chula, and then I've got a pink, and that's a red variety. Look, he looks so happy. It's a giant king variety. There's some big petals. There's one behind it. The rock, my sword's still there. Moved it a little forward. And so there's like 6 varieties of boost in here. That pad is one type. It's a green micro something or other. They all have really funny names. I decided not to pay too much attention to where I put things. You know, it's not like I'm planning on propagating for sale, but I do think it looks lovely, and there's a bunch of different kinds on all the wood, so they'll grow in and have different colors and textures and patterns. There's some back there. Say hi. So that wasn't too bad. I was a little worried with the fish in the tank, but it turned out okay. I just made sure I rinsed the media super well. And I'll see how it looks in an hour. This is obviously just done, so it's still a little cloudy, but not very cloudy considering I put all that rock and a brand new piece of wood in there. And I've put the almond leaf in there as a soothing, and it's amazing. So the cardinals, they had been just really tight in the corner for a long time, and I put that in 2 days ago, and this morning they were schooling out in the front. That little bit of tannins really makes them so much more comfortable. So I'm hoping they'll really like this and settle in really nice. At this point, the cardinals are staying in here. I mean, that's way overstocked for this little tank, but there's been sort of some tank catastrophes in other parts of the house, so you can check in on my other videos I'll do later to hear about fish tank drama. And since they're so small, at this point they're staying, and as they get bigger they might move once the 75 has stopped being a booger. Alright, well, thanks for visiting my mad aquarium house, and I will talk to you later. Oh, and as a side note, I get to totally spend the rest of the day picking super glue off my fingers, because that's fun. I guess the other option is to soak them in acetone until it comes off, but then I can't really do anything with the fish for the rest of the day. Alright, hope you have a great day, and enjoy your aquariums then.